All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, we're gonna go on the right this time.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yep. It's beautiful, all right. All right.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
But first,
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Okay. Well, I'm not lying, but also... I don't know what I'm doing. I think I gotta get across.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's
What's
been
this guy
waiting.
talking about? Now I have a girl in my life now? Jesus. Alright, empty door.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can
Right.
truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Oh, what?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Aw,
Gotcha.
why would you do that?
Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Alright. You're kind of creepy, but okay. What's going
This
on?
is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh, I died? Let's press Z.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Press J. Alright.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
Of
Now
course.
he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Alright, press
But in his
H.
mind, In his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press N.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press 1 to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Go to... Alright, G.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press L.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Press L.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Oh no, I don't know what to do. I have to push the button. No, no, no. I have to. You just said don't push the button, but I have to. Oh. Oh. All right. Okay.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press 8.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please
Stanley
die.
pushed a button.
Oh, wow.
And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
All right. Back to square one again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, okay, so I can't open any of these doors. That door's still open.
When
Okay,
Stanley came to a set
let's
of
go
2
this way
open
this time.
doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
But it's fun.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Well, there has to be something.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
The broom closet ending. There definitely has to be something.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yo, that escalated. Jeez.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
I'm
You
dead.
got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Are you done? All right, let's go.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
All right, so now
But
we're...
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe He thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no
Nah,
reason
that can't
at all.
happen.
None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
It's
And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
It's just a loop.
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
True.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
And?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man.
Oh man, I died.
Crazy. This much she knew. Everyone
I didn't even
knows
make
what
it to
crazy
work.
People look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
She runs away. All right. All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
He'd miss a memo.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
All right, let's take the first door this
And
time.
so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I have no choice. I have no choice. Sorry.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's,
Left,
left.
right. Ah, this there. What about these ones?
Oh, no. No, it's to the right, my mistake.
You would do me like that. You... No, come
not
on.
right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left,
Come on, you know it.
right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely
Okay,
this
there we
way.
go. I don't know why that vehicle's running. Or lights are on. Battery's gonna die, buddy. Okay.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to,
Employee fired.
Who am
Whoops.
I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Oh, come on.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I didn't miss no memo. You're playing with me.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I
Where are
restarted.
the
I swear I
doors?
definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move
Maybe.
the story somewhere, or... Hold on.
Maybe I
Why
messed
am I
with
asking
stuff.
you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
No.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
I did
Okay,
it.
then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
Oh, all the
Let's
doors
find
are open.
The story.
I want to go this way. It's the same way here. Where are we going over this way now? All the doors are open now. Now I'm lost.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why
No, no,
not?
no. No. Ah. Damn it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now there's no
Okay,
doors?
yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
What would I have missed?
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
What is going on, man?
Now this...
Everything's changing.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all.
I don't
Is
either.
this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
It was.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Nice!
Congratulations!
Yeah, I win!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
So this is the ending. Huh.
I
Didn't
don't
take
feel
long.
right about this at all. We
Uh-oh.
both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay?
Don't kill
I'm
me.
getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
No. Okay, now there's a line painted now. Okay. Alright.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Alright. Now that we got this line now, I'm gonna be right back. I just gotta grab a drink there, and we're gonna start back over. I'll just cut forward. Yep, 2 seconds. Alright, and I'm back. And we have this line that we gotta follow. We're not supposed to get off the line. Alright, so let's follow this line. Oh, look at this. We gotta go this way now. What do we go this way, though?
No,
This way
no,
has-
I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
I don't want to follow the line. Alright, you win. We're following the line. Hmm.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like
A little
to
philosophical there, buddy.
Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Yes. Oh, God.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
All right.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I'm lost. Like, can I get in any of these doors here? I should be able to, but I can't. Whoa. We're back here again. This is not good.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
All right. We got the line here, okay? So we have to follow the line, but we followed the line before. All right. Let's see where we're going now.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Oh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Nice. I like it. Let's do it.
Yes, this is exciting. Just
yes,
me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
Oh, no.
What do you want our story to be?
I'm just going in circles.
Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
There we go.
Oh, no, not you again.
Oh, no, the
Line.
The line had to come.
From having any role in our awesome new story.
We gotta follow the line.
No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Oh, we're acknowledging the line. The line's real. Where is it? Well, we gotta, like, holy crap, it's on, like, drugs or something. Oh, oh. Alright, I guess we're no longer following the line. The line's no longer around. Alright.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here,
Nice.
the story is in our control. How
Left,
important we
right,
mustn't squander the
left,
opportunity.
right,
In fact, I
left.
believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay,
I wanna
so
go
I
this
know
way.
that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
I want to go left. Ah. Alright, we're
Hold
in
on,
the...
what's this?
Oh. It wouldn't have
The
mattered.
confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
3 times?
That's really how all this goes?
We're on the 5th restart?
It's all
No, what
determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what?
No.
Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget?
I don't
My
want
mind goes
8.
blank simply
Narrator
because
is
it's written
gone.
here on
After a
this
long time,
thing
Stanley dies.
wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't
I don't want to either.
restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some
This
way
must be
that this is a
the
kind of
8th
story. Wouldn't you agree?
restart.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey.
Maybe.
Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if
Oh. Well, that, Jeez. I didn't expect that. Oh, but now there's no line or anything. What, we're back to, like,
all
square
of his
one.
co-workers were gone, what could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, shit, okay. I gotta go to the mind
When
control
Stanley
room.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he
Yeah.
entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Don't get
Feeling
fired.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, I needed to go the other way. Oh, no, I need to go this way. 2845.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. If Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
It won't let me go faster. Oh, you mugger.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Thank you. I gotta get downstairs now. Alright, let's go downstairs. We gotta go to my control room. It's the only thing left. We've done everything else.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I definitely do have the strength. Let's do it. Cameras.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
We're all freaking being mind
he
controlled.
refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yup.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Can't hit those ones. No, we have to turn it on. Or 5. Alright, so mind control idle, waiting input. Alright. Let's do this.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Oh, no.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about
what if I just shut it off?
About me, where we're going, what all this means.
I can't.
I know where to start.
Run?
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Well,
A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story.
Oh, come on, why would you do
Sometimes when I
that?
tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Why would you do
Other
that?
times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Pretty much.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean,
right?
Look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why do you think that, Stanley? That
I don't know.
This video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment.
More time.
But here's a spoiler for you.
I got a minute.
That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
Can I turn it off yet?
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy.
It's
You
a
wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
30 seconds.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
And now I'm back.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again. Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
You gotta check.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But I've already done all of that. There's nothing more I can do. I'm gonna go this way one more time.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to
No,
show
you
you
don't.
something beautiful. Look,
I need to
let
get
me
out of
prove
here.
it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me
Oh,
a
no.
chance.
Red and blue.
Now listen
No.
carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh. All right, let's do it. All right. 10 higher, we go blue. 10 lower, we go red. All right, we got a 17, so we're going blue.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked
Oh
through
boy,
the
eh?
red door.
No. Blue.
I still don't think we're communicating properly.
Oh,
Stanley
we just get
walked
rid of the
through
freaking door, right?
red door.
Oh, I want this door then. Yes. All right. Red door it is.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here.
Oh, no.
Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Come on. Oh,
What do we want? What are we looking for?
What am I doing here? What is this?
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If
There
we
it
just
is.
stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy. No, wait. Where are you going? Right. Where were we?
You good there, buddy? You're like some hallucinogenic trip or something. All right, enough of that. Let's go. All right, let's go. Oh,
Oh no! Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
oh no. I'm not gonna die again. I can't
Please,
die
no,
again.
Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Nope. That's exactly what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to die. Oh, gotta start over.
No! Oh, thank God. No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me.
We gotta go
I can't
again.
go back to what I was before. If you
We
die,
gotta
we'll
go
both
again.
go back. Why are you doing this?
Because Leroy. Ooh.
Stanley?
Oh,
Let's
that
go
hurt.
back to the other room.
No,
Can you do my
we
God.
need one more.
Is this really how much you dislike my game? You'll
Yep.
throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
It's the
You're
only
literally
way.
willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation
Let's go
correctly?
backwards. Back.
Maybe you're
I'm
just
still not
getting a
dead.
kick out of it. I don't know
How many times do I
anymore.
gotta do this?
I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks
Yup,
like
you're
you wanted
dying
to make a
too.
choice after
I'm barely
all.
able to make it up these
Well,
stairs.
this one is yours.
Well, let's do 360. Ooh,
Is it over?
there it is.
It's going to restart, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going back.
Oh, this is different now. It just right into
When
the
Stanley
doors.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Um, I don't know where to go. I guess I guess I'll go this way this
This
time.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I might not be able to do anything different.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again.
Yeah.
Then it came, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah, because I've already went that way.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Nothing in there.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Oh,
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
oh. It's already open. All right, so it already knew this time. So now what? Come
Stanley
Alrighty.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
We're gonna go this way.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I got every
At this
opportunity.
point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly
Straight.
confront his death.
Stanley can't die. Boom. Except for
As the machine whirred into motion
gonna
and
die.
Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Boom. It just got crushed. And yeah.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
No idea.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
There has to be like a trick or something.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
All right.
No.
Moment of
perhaps
truth
not.
right here.
Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can
I've
stop
done this
the
a couple
program
times
before they
now,
both
and
fail.
it's always
Push
just
escape
glitched and
press
stopped
quit.
at this.
There's no other way to
So,
beat this game. As long as you move
if
forward,
that's the
you'll be
case,
walking someone else's
then
path.
this
Stop
might be the
now
end of
and make the only
my
true
episode, my
choice.
video,
Whatever you do, choose
and
it.
I will
Don't
be
let
doing
time choose for
others
you.
in the
Don't
future.
let time.
Yep. And at that, I am finished. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.